Yo, the world's trash. Everything's trash. The world's garbage. No surprises here. You shouldn't be surprised by that at all. Everything's trash. Oh my God, it never ends. The world is garbage. Everything's on fire. Jokes all around. Everything is garb. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Everything is laughable. Everything is a clams casino. And I don't know what to make of it, Bill. Yo, what's going on? Tickle my literal bag. Wow. Yo. Oh my God. Such a bunch of hilarious happenings are occurring here on the planet of Earth. This orbiting blue mysterious mystery ball as it floats through this. I don't even know what the fudge we're on anymore. You can't say Milky Way galaxy because it's milk. It comes from a cow. It's offensive. Cows are people too. Cows, if then, moo, pronouns, whatever. Everything's garbage. You can't say anything anymore. The world's on fire. Jokes are illegal. Everything's trash. Peace. I'm out of here. Thanks for coming in. The world is trash, and I don't even know what to make of it. Listen, I can't help but laugh. I cannot help but laugh at how dumb the world is because it's dumb. Please refer to me as Moo and or Moo. We're here in the Milky Way galaxy. The world is garbage. Thanks for being here. Let me start. Let me start off today's dumpster fire. Let me put some kindling in the dumpster. I was already infuriated with just like the basic happenings of Earth, but I waited till the end of the day today before I dove headfirst into the fecal matter. I just was like, ski whip. I waited till the end of the day. I was playing golf. Patriarchy, sticks and balls, hitting the sticks. Don't see any women out there. Patriarchy, privilege. You know how it is. What did he say? Golf, that's illegal. Golf no longer legal. It's field ball or whatever. It's field sticks. I don't even know. Oh, you would want to play with a ball and a stick all day, you patriarchal psychopath. Listen, everything is garbage. Somebody on Facebook's like, why do you still live there? What do you mean there? Do you mean Earth? I don't know. Good question. Somebody call the Sumerians. Somebody give me their number. Give me their Bitcoin address. Anyways, I started to laugh earlier because I was just pedaling home on my motorized bicycle to yell into my phone as I do. You know how I do it. And right as I came to the finish line, right before I got home, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe it, Bill. Literal human beings, rest in peace. Literal human beings are in the Metropolitan Opera House in New York City at the literal Met Gala. Elites are there today. Guess who's there? Guess who's at the Met Gala? AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Abuela, is at the Met Gala. And you guessed it. You couldn't have guessed it, Bill. Yo, is this chick for real? Oh my God. Yo, Alexandria Ocasio-Clueless is currently, or was, or who cares? She's at the Met Gala while her abuela lives in squalor in Puerto Rico. Her abuela is in a dilapidated home in Puerto Rico while AOC is at the Met Gala. And at the Met Gala, Ocasio is wearing a white gown, a literal white gown. She is literally wearing a white gown at the Met Gala while her abuela lives in squalor in a black mold-ridden, dilapidated home that Donnie himself traveled to Puerto Rico and kicked in the door and dilapidated it. He blew in the black mold himself. And Ocasio is at the Met Gala right now wearing a white gown that says, tax the rich on it. Yo. Oh, crazy-o. Yo, is this person a real person? Is this human being literally residing on the Earth's crust with us? AOC, are you here? Like, who is this lady? What are you doing? She's at the Met Gala with rich people wearing a tax the rich white gown while her abuela lives in squalor in Puerto Rico. Wow. Yo, Jesus, excuse me, pardon me, Bill. Does anybody see how hilarious that is? I don't know if it's just me, but that's pretty funny. White gown, abuela, squalor, Puerto Rico, AOC at the Met Gala, tax the rich, white gown. Now, listen. Excuse me. Pardon me, Bill. Excuse me. The only people that are at the Met Gala are rich people, okay? Yo, excuse me. The only people that are at the Met Gala are rich people. Rich people. Rich people. Okay. Oh, crazy-o. Literally, oh, crazy-o makes hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands. Which literally, quite literally puts her in the like 1%, in like the top 1 to 2% of cash earners in the world. Not even in the United States. In the world. The definition of a rich person would be a person that makes hundreds of thousands of dollars, has international recognition, has millions of followers on social media, which in the event that she decided to not be a politician because she's a garbage one anyways, she would quite literally be able to post pictures of her with Monet products or whatever and make thousands and thousands of dollars for a single post. She will literally, quite literally be a rich person for the remainder of her time on Earth. Now, what I think is so hilarious about this particular situation, my fan just died, so I'm trying to not sweat and die here. So hold on. So what I find so hilarious about Ocrazio wearing a tax the rich gown is let me just tickle your bag for a second. First of all, does anybody out there think that rich people are dumb? Does anybody out there think that rich people are dumb? Okay, great. Me neither. Okay, great. Awesome. So, these rich people, let me ask you this. Do you think if rich people thought that Ocrazio taxing the rich was any threat to their richness, that they would allow her and or invite her to come to the Met Gala? Does anyone actually think that? Okay. So one can deduce that if, oh my God, if they invited Ocrazio to the Met Gala, knowing that she would do something really dumb and annoying, like she always does, because she makes a heck of a mojito. She makes a kicking Moscow Mule on ice. Kicking Moscow Mule. Kicking. Spiciest Moscow Mule this side of Puerto Rico. Anyways, does anybody think that rich people would be so stupid that they would invite Ocrazio, who sells $70, who sells $70 $2 screen printed sweatshirts that say tax the rich? Does anybody think that a intelligent, highly intelligent, rich person would invite Ocrazio to the Met Gala to do something like that, to then threaten their money, to then threaten their wealth? Does anyone think that they would be that dumb, that they would just invite this Ocrazio into this place to have her wear this dress, to be like, oh no, she said tax the rich. Oh no, we never would have thought that she would have done that. Yo, so one can deduce that if they invited her, knowing that she would do something loud and dumb, Like, say, tax the rich on her white multi-$1,000 gown, one can only deduce through whatever. The thing is, when you deduce that her saying stuff like that only makes them more rich. Why would you invite this crazio to your thing to ruin your wealth? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You wouldn't, because you're not dumb, because you're smarter than her, because she is a bartender. She literally makes a barely good, not even that good, horrible, kind of warm, too much ice, not enough liquor, Moscow Mule on the rocks. Yo, the mint is wilted. Make me another one. Anyways. So it is just so hilarious that this crazio would get invited to quite lightheartedly the most like the most obvious elitist rich person party that you could have. Yeah, like, who goes to a gala? Does that even know how you pronounce it? Gala? I don't know, because I don't go, because I'm not one of the. It's like this crazio is literally at a gala at the Metro. Oh my God. Tax the rich, and like people are just like, sick. People are like posing with her, like, sick. She's slaying right now. And like tomorrow, oh my God, the news headlines. Crazio stuns. And like, she's the first politician to not be 1,000 years old. Wow, stunning. Wow, she is one heck of a bartender. Oh my God. Wow. And like literally the most obvious demonstration of like egregious wealth. And she's wearing a tax the rich gown. No. First of all, if you're wearing a gown and you're saying tax the rich, get the fudge out of here, you bartender. Anyways, oh my God. I don't know. I just saw that and I was like, that is hilarious. She's like, you know how I'm gonna slay? You know how I'm gonna slay tonight? I'm gonna wear a $3,000 white gown that says tax the rich, and everyone's gonna be like, oh shit, sis, get him, sis. Oh God. She's just like us. Her abuela's house, has black mold just like mine. Oh, she's so relatable. Oh, she is heckin' relatable as heck. Whoa. Yo, oh my God, I thought that was so funny. I'm like, literally just wearing a tax the rich gown at the gala. Yo. Oh God. They're like, crazio, what are you going to wear to the gala? She's like, tax the rich gown. It's like, wow, that's so woke. Yo, it's just, I just think that's so, I cannot I laughed so hard in the car right before I came in here. I was like, oh God, wow, that is priceless. Stick it to him. So the point is, deduce. The point is that these rich people understand that this bartender lightheartedly makes them wealthier. The policies that her and all of these clams casino put into place make rich people richer. All these rich people that they supposedly hate made so much more money during all of these egregious lockdowns, which was as a result of their government policies. That's what they love. They love that. So her walking in there with a tax the rich, it's like, I can't even come up with a joke because it's so stupid. She's such an crazio. Like, make me a kicking Moscow Mule on the rocks. Oh my. Anyways, I thought that was hilarious. The Met Gala, AOC stuns in her gown. Sick. Yo, the world is so garbage. It's gotten to the point where I just can't help but laugh because it's just like sad at this point. It's sad. I wrote down all these things that are so stupid that I'm just like, wow. Oh God. So someone had asked me. I made a reel about this kind of like a week ago about AOC and how rich people love AOC because AOC makes rich people richer by pretending to fight for poor people. That's exactly what she does. Her policies only help rich people. Locking down small and medium-sized businesses and taxing everyday families because of Green New Deal, whatever, all it does is help the people at the top. All it does is help the rich people. All it does is add an intermediary in between the natural flow of the free market that allows all these people that have all the money, the connections, and the insider foresight to see what's coming down the pipe. They know what's going to happen, so they benefit tremendously off of clowns like Ocasio. And then the way that they reward her, the way that they please and appease her is by inviting her to things like the Met Gala. They're like, great job, Ocasio, you did a great. If she was really a threat to the rich, if she was actually a threat to rich people, they would silence her. They would silence her. Ocasio would not have a platform if she didn't make rich people more money. Think about it. Think about the people that Ocasio makes money for. Ocasio loves the juice. All the people that work for all these juice companies and invest in these juice companies are making money hand over fist. They're making the most money they've ever made. They're greasing themselves. They love the juice. They love the tests. They love more tests. Testing. Everybody loves a good test. You think of somebody's manufacturing and charging the United States government an insane, exorbitant amount for all of these tests that may or may not, whatever? Of course they are. So they're making a ton of money on that. They're making a ton of all the large big box corporations make a ton of money from all these small corporations being shut down. All these small businesses being shut down, all the restaurants being shut down. The realtors, the real estate investors, all the big real estate investors make a ton of money by them doing this moratorium on rent. All the people that can't afford to carry home mortgages are not the big investors. It's the people that have a supplemental property. It's the people that have one property, two properties, a couple of apartments. Those are the people that suffer as a result of these eviction moratoriums. All it does is it forces those people that own one apartment or a small house or two houses and rent them out by forcing them to not have the ability to evict tenants from their property, and then not have enough resources that they can even apply for the theoretical government resources that supposedly are there to save them. They get screwed. So what do they have to do? They have to sell their properties. They have to sell their properties probably at a discount because they can't afford them anymore. Who buys those up? Large corporations, large real estate investment trusts, large real estate holders buy all that real estate. So all those homeowners get gassed out of their properties. On top of that, Ocasio loves the Federal Reserve. She wants the Federal Reserve to make interest rates zero. She wants them to give money away. She loves the Federal Reserve, and she thinks the Federal Reserve is not doing enough. Well, what happens when the Federal Reserve keeps interest rates so low that you can borrow for pennies? You can borrow for 1%, 2%. These large institutional investors make so much money. They could borrow so much money. They could buy houses and they could buy properties, thousands at a clip. 2% mortgages, and when you have that much money, you could probably get it for even less than 2%. If your average everyday person like me can go to the bank right now and get a loan at 2.75% 30-year fixed, can you imagine how much a person that has $10 billion can get from those banks? Can you imagine the rates that they're getting right now? They're probably not paying anything. They're probably paying zero. They're probably like, yo, Javier, I've had my accounts in this bank for 50 years. I got $50 million here. They're like, give it to me for a half a point. And they're like, okay. It's like, so they just scoop up all those properties. So it's just like, then what about all the minimum wages going up? Well, that destroys all the small, medium-sized businesses that can't afford to automate, that can't afford to buy machinery, checkout machines. All your mom and pop retailers can't afford to do that. Then they either have to pay $15 for the person to check you out at the front of your neighborhood hardware store, or they're out of business, or they got to pay a person that deserves to be paid more because they have more skills. They got to pay them to run the checkout counter. They don't have the money to invest into the automation, into the machinery necessary to automate those things? Who else benefits by all those businesses going out of business? Who else benefits by them not having extra cash so that they can invest in their online presence? Who benefits from that? Amazon, Bezos, Walmart, Target, all these large big box retailers and all the internet retailers. All of them make money hand over fist because they're pushing all of those businesses out. Oh my God. Then if you're smart enough to actually save your money, if you're intelligent enough to actually go and save your money, you don't make any money in interest. You make no money in interest on the money that you keep in the bank because the interest rates are so low. You put your money in a bank account, it makes a fraction of a point. You can't save money and get paid any interest. You can't get paid any money on interest. So what do you do with it? What do you do with it? You take that money and you're like, I got to figure out a way to invest this in something. Well, you can't invest it in the real estate because it's so expensive because they're goosing up all the prices, making it expensive to buy lumber, to buy steel, to buy home materials like windows, doors, all the different things that go into building a house. Plus the labor is off the charts. The labor is so expensive. You can't afford to build a new house. So you're like, all right, let me buy another house from somebody else. Oh, there's an eviction moratorium. What if that happens? Then I can't pay my rent. Oh, I'm not going to invest in real estate. So what do they have left to invest in? The only things that they have left to invest in are things like cryptocurrency, of which they probably don't know much about and is largely a scam. It's hard to figure out which one's a scam, which one's not a scam. That's not very safe. So what else? What else is there to buy? The only thing left to buy is stocks. So then you go into the stock market, one of the most manipulated and centrally controlled games there is. And a lot of people can make money in the stock market, but do you think that you're going to be able to make as much money as a person that has $50 billion, $500 billion in their automatic trading triggers that whenever a news article comes out before your earnings get announced for the quarter, up, down, up, down, up, down. Your average everyday person doesn't even know how to navigate that. On top of it, if they want to buy a stock that's safe, what are they going to buy stock in? They're going to buy stock in a blue chip, big box retailer, a mainstream corporation, which goes back to the rich people because now they're getting interest-free money from all those people instead of even having to pay to borrow it. When they sell their stock, they're literally getting interest-free money from everyday people. So it goes in. So if you want to put it into a place that's safe, where are you going to put it? Exxon, Amazon, Microsoft. You're going to put it in all these blue chip companies, Apple, Google. It's like Facebook. Like it goes right back into there. So it's like no matter what, the game is rigged for the rich people, and people like Ocrazio make it so much easier for them. So they love her. They love her because she makes it look like they're fighting for the little guy, when in reality, they're fighting for the big guy. They just make it seem like it. It's like one of a billion pieces in the deception game, and they are so good at it. It's remarkable. AOC, they love her. Love her. She makes rich people so much richer. So then let's pretend like Ocrazio actually caused an issue. Okay? Where do you think AOC blows up? Where do you think AOC blows up? Where does she get her traction from? Where do you see Ocrazio? CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, all those nightly news shows. You see them everywhere. She's all over all of the Viacom properties. She's on HBO. She's on all of these interviews. Who finances those companies? Who finances those companies? 70% of all television advertising is purchased by pharmaceutical companies. 70%, look it up. 70% of all television advertising is paid for by pharmaceutical companies. Ocrazio, pharmaceutical companies love Ocrazio. Why? Why do pharmaceutical companies love Ocrazio? Well, she tells you that you got to listen to the government. You got to stay locked down in your house. You got to stay home. Oh, you need a mental health day. You should take a mental health day. Oh, and by the way, take a Xanax. Oh, and by the way, take a Prozac. Oh, and by the way, take these pills. It's for your mental health. It's a Z, a Z, a them, a zer, a they, a them. There's 173 genders. I'm a menstruator. I'm a chest feeder. Oh, who loves that? That sounds like you need a lot of medicine. Where do you get hormone blockers from? You get hormone blockers from a squash, from a cucumber? No, you get it for medicine. You pay into the pharmaceutical company. They love her. They love her. They love her. Every word that falls out of her unintelligent face makes rich people more money. And everyone's just like, she's so sassy, because people are clueless. People are really clueless. They are not paying attention. And as a result, they are quite literally digging their own grave. They're like, here's my money. Kick-yak. They just light it on fire because no one cares. But whatever. And this is like, and the thing that's so nuts is they're so good at it too. Like today, I'm looking at it today and I'm just like, I can't help but laugh because they're so good. And everybody is so clueless that it's just like, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. So I just choose to laugh because I'm like, this is terrible. This is horrible, but whatever. Do you have any money in the bank? And it's gone. Please, this is for people that have money in the bank and it's gone. Oh, crazy-o. Anyways. They love Ocrazio so much because she makes them so much money. That's why they put her on those TV interviews. That's why they put her in front of everybody. Every single thing is by design. There are no accidents. There are no coincidences when it comes to ultra rich elite people. They don't leave it up to chance. No elite person is sitting out there like, oh no, don't put Ocrazio on TV. She wants to tax the rich. People forget the reason that all these rich people are avoiding all of these taxes is because they are legally able to do so based on the tax code made by politicians. They made the code that makes it legal for them to miss the taxes. If they were breaking the law, they would come after them. But they don't come after them because they're in bed together, because they all benefit from it. They're all rich. They are all stacked to the gills. They have no incentive to come after these people. They have no incentive to make the rich people less rich. All those people are rich people. All the people in Congress are rich people. They all make buku cash. You can serve in I forget what the number is. I think you can serve in Congress or serve in the federal government for 4 years, and then you get half your salary for the rest of your life. That's why they come in there that's why they come in there for like 4 years or 2 years or whatever. Then they dip set. Then they go from the head of the FDA to the head of the board of Pfizer's. It's like these people are 100,000 steps. These people are 100,000 steps ahead of everybody else. And you think that they're going to be so stupid that they're going to let Ocrazio come on TV and give her airtime? You know how expensive the cameras are that shoot Ocrazio on that red carpet? You know how much one of those cameras are? Probably $15,000. There's like $15,000 cameras pointed at Ocrazio and then broadcast across the entire planet through 5 companies that own every distribution mechanism on the earth. And they're just like, yo, please zoom in on that literal Ocrazio. Make sure you get a great high-res photo of this literal crazy person, this literal bartender. Your abuela is in squalor. Puerto Rico. They're like, get an HD photo and an HD video and 100 interviews of this insane person while she tells everybody to tax the rich. Why the literal rich broadcast the photos and videos of her wearing a tax the rich gown at the gala around the planet on their dime. That they're gonna let this lady come in and say that if it was actually a threat to their wealth, they're gonna use their money and resources to broadcast that around the world. You're stupid if you think that. You straight up dumb if you think that that is actually what is occurring. Oh yeah, she's really sticking it to nobody. She's only sticking it to you. She's only sticking it to you. She is not doing anything to jeopardize how rich people are. That is a complete and total farce. Yeah, they're like, oh no, we could have never anticipated. If Ocrazio even represented a fraction of a subset of a fractional marginal risk to any of their wealth, they would get her removed immediately. If a pharmaceutical company or all the pharmaceutical companies said, yo, guys, gals, Ocrazio is a threat to our bottom line, they would be like, yo, ABC, MSNBC, CBS, NBC, every single Cosmopolitan, Vogue magazine, all these companies, Hearst Publishing, all these companies that they own, they would be like, stop putting Ocrazio in the magazine. Stop putting Ocrazio on the TV show. No more interviews, no more books, no more videos. Shut her up. And she would be gone. Poof. Casper. She'd be literally gone. She would be gone before you could even know it. She would be a fart in the breeze. If she represented even a fraction of a threat to their money, she would be gone. 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 Tax the rich. Give me a break. Tax the rich sweatshirt is probably fulfilled by Amazon FBA. It's like tax the rich. It's like a tax the rich Ocrazio sweatshirt made by a large corporation in the United States, shipped by a large corporation on a truck made by a large U.S. corporation using gas by a large foreign corporation to ship it to your crib. Made in Taiwan. She's like, tax the rich. Yo, people are out there actually thinking that this is occurring. They're like, get him, Crazio. Stick it to him. She's like, ah. Meanwhile, she's at the Met Gala. She's like, my abuela. It's like, my abuela's in a black mold house in Puerto Rico. It's like, yo, they're lying to you. Like, this chick is so dynamic that by the age of 33, she was working double shifts at the dishwasher. Double shift. She was doing a double shift, putting in 2 shifts, and then they're just like, yo, pay this chick $200,000 a year and put her on TV every single day for the rest of yo. They're like, oh, she foiled it. How'd she even get that job? She was appointed like it was American Idol. The Justice Democrats were like, gag with like $10 million. And they're just like, hey, Netflix, want to give us $5 million to follow this Ocrazio around while she works her double shift at the bar? It's like, what are you talking about? This chick she's like plucked out of obscurity. They're like, this is perfect. Get this Ocrazio in front of that camera and broadcast that around the planet. Oh, it's like, tax the rich. Yeah, you're going to tax the rich. All right. Give me a break. Oh my God. It's so obvious. Tax the rich. This chick's clueless. Oh my God. You get him, Ocrazio. She's like, no, she doesn't even know what she's talking about. Oh, we need the post office. Chick's in her mind. Oh, and then people make fun of her, and she comes back with like these sassy responses, and she's like, "Got him!" And like all of her goons, all of the goons in the squad are behind her, like, ha 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 ha. They're all like, that's like they're all at the cafeteria at middle school. They're just like, ha ha. Tell him, Ocrazio. It's like, you're all real dumb. They're using you. They're using them so bad, and they don't even know. Oh. They're like, the eviction moratorium was to save real lives. What? So somebody can't pay the rent for a month and they just die? What do they? They're just like, I don't have the rent. And they're like, okay, well, you're going to die now. It's like, no, they're not. They would figure it out. It's like, what are you talking about? Meanwhile, I'm sweating so bad. People like, he's on blow. It's like, no, he's literally not. I'm drinking Spindrifts and yelling at my phone because everything is so stupid. Tax the rich, Ocrazio. Oh my God. Yo. Whatever. But yeah, tax the rich. Oh my God. That was a good yell there for a minute. Yo, thanks to everybody on Instagram that's been buying the badges. I appreciate it. I'll give you a shout out. Thank you, Abby 208, Mayday 1111, OK 05, Leo's the Lion, Jen Lisa 80, Amber Marie Graham, Michelle AD, Ash Hunts, Kevin Bednars, Dennis Dearkin, Rachel Senger, Pink Tiki 1969, Lana Liberty 1, and Chooks Official. Thank you guys for the badges on Instagram. I appreciate it. Oh, yo, so Ocrazio just makes everybody so rich and they love her, and she has all these sassy responses and they just love putting her out there because she convinces all the people that don't pay attention how great it is. She made a response. She made a video the other day. Oh my God, I was dying. She made a video. The world is trash. I can't even say it. I can't even get it out of my face. They were talking about Texas, and she said some stupid thing. She was like, 2 shots of vodka. She was like 2 shots of vodka, club soda, and mint. No, not a Moscow Mule. Hold on. Then she made this video, and she was in her car, and she was like, she's like, you have a problem with what I said? She's like, I got a phone number for you to call. 1-800-CRY-NOW. And then all of her goons in the back were like, ha, ha, ha. It's like, yo, you had no friends in high school, but whatever. Who said it? Not me. It's like, they're just like, oh, crazy. It was the friend we wish we had in high school. They all said it. They all sat alone with like Steven Glansberg at the freaking table at lunch, but whatever. I digress. But the thing that was so funny about it is like she's like 1-800-CRY-NOW, like the type of insult that you would use on AOL Instant Messenger when you were like 10. Somebody would be like, "You're stupid." You'd be like, "Call 1-800-CRY-NOW," and then you'd be like, "Gak." You'd be like, you'd like go play Nintendo 64 till you fell asleep. You'd be like, "I got that idiot." You'd dance out of the room. Your parents are like, "What do you want tomorrow, Jimmy? What do you want? You want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, no crust?" You're like, "Yeah, Mom, I want a choco milk at school tomorrow." It's like, sick burn. But the thing that was so crazy is this stupid burn, this not even a burn, this dumb thing, this literal AOL Instant Messenger away message. Shut up, Jimmy. 1-800-CRY-NOW. Like, hilarious. Like, no one laughed at your jokes in middle school. Whatever. Anyways, sat alone at lunch. Steven Glansberg. Anyways. Yeah, all the news headlines, all the mainstream news headlines were like, AOC dishes out epic response to this thing. And I was like, epic response. You know why literal human people would be so lame that they would write a headline? AOC writes epic troll or whatever, is because they sat alone too. We're literally in a world of Steven Glansberg. It's like, yo, it's just like, who like, did you play a sport in high school? It makes sense that you didn't because you're at the table alone, but whatever. People are like, that's so insulting. I was in art class. I played the trombone. It's like, yeah, I get it, but you understand what I'm saying. Steven Glansberg, I'm just saying. I hope some people are getting that Steven Glansberg reference. Oh my God. Yo, bonus points. Who knows what movie that quote is from? Steven Glansberg. First person to tell me what movie that's from in the comments. $25 gift card to the store. What movie is that from? First person to tell me, I'm going to give him a $25 gift card. What movie is the Steven Glansberg reference from? Oh my God. All right, Danny Leo X, you got it. Super bad. Oh my God. Good. I'm glad people got that. All right, Danny Leo X, send me a DM after the live stream or send me an email, woke@bobbysauce.com, and I'll send you a gift card. Oh my God. Anyways, Ocrazio. Yo, look, you guys, you know that's true, okay? Because That's not a funny joke. You don't have to be 1-800-CRY now. Epic like, I read the headlines and I'm just like, what snerd Burful wrote this headline? So in high school, they could be a snerd Burful, a snard Barkley, or a snard Barclay if you're fancy. If you use grape upon, a snard Barclay. It's basically a snerd. It's basically a snerd burf. It's basically somebody that would be so lame that they would either A, say an insult like 1-800-CRY now, or B, they would be so lame that they were Steven Glansberging at their office in New York City, and they're like, AOC unleashes epic troll. It's like, yo, all of you guys are Glansberg right now. Total Glansberg move, in my opinion, but whatever. Oh my God, I'm sweating so much. Oh, I'm really going in right now. I'm really yelling. Oh, excuse me. Anybody that needs to know how to spell snerd Burful, it's SNERD BERFLE, snerd Burful, or snard Barkley, also acceptable. Also acceptable insults. Steven Glansberg. Okay. So that's just Ocrazio. That's the thing. That's just Ocrazio. Now, when I got done with hitting balls with sticks earlier, I was at my parents' house and I'm setting up their computer, and my dad put CNN on in the background, and I was like, no. I did like a triple front flip in the air and then headbutt the TV, but wanted to hear something, whatever. Anyways, it played in the background for like 1 minute, and I was just like, no. And I heard this human person say the following. She literally said that there's a right-wing rally to celebrate she said that Washington, D.C. is preparing for violence ahead of a right-wing rally, right-wing rally to celebrate and commemorate the insurrectionists from the 6th. I was like, what did this human person just blagack out of her actual literal human, maybe reptile, maybe reptilian face? First of all, that's insane. Imagine being so, Can you imagine there are actual human people, sentient human people, very minimal wrinkles on the brain, minimal, that think that CNN is the most trusted name in news? Can you believe that? There are actual human people, not only that think it, but there are people at Clown News Network that every single day make those lower thirds and make those the most trusted. There are human people that put this at their job and are like, yeah, that's fine. That checks out. It's like, who hurt you? Please show me on the Raggedy Ann doll where they touched you. Like, what do you mean? Like, who hurt you, Steven Glansberg? Like, what? CNN is the Glansberg News Network. Oh. But there are people that are just out there in the world that are like, yeah, it's fair and balanced. It's the most trusted name in news. It's like, most trusted, what is it now? It's like, who hurt you? Like, what? Like, please explain to me whom. Please point me in the direction of whom hurt you, fam. What are you doing? So Clown News, like this human, I forget her name, Aaron Glansberg, probably is what her name was. I don't know what this anchor's name, but it was like Aaron something. She was like in the dark. She was like in a dark cave. I was like, they have lights at CNN? She was like, where? And then she asked some dweeb, some literally, some late stage adult, like fading boomer Glansberg was like the guy that she's interviewing. She's like, Glansberg. She's like, what do you think about this? She's like, what do you think about this rally coming? What do you think? And like Glansberg was like, he was like, oh, and he like totally Glansberged up to the mic. And it's like, he had a banana like in his lunch, It's like, no one wants that. He's like, anybody? It's like, I'm not going to give you my pudding for that banana, Glansberg. Like, go sit alone over there. This dude was like a literal, like full grown, like late stage boomer Glansberg. Thank you, Nicola, for the super sticker on YouTube. Thank you. So this late stage boomer Glansberg, he comes like on all frazzled. He's like the right wing. He's like these he's like Taco Bell, Taco Supreme. He's like they're organizing this. This is what's so sad about it, though. First of all, as it relates to this rally, protest, whatever you want to call it, on the 18th. I don't know that much about it. I did a little bit of research on it. I'll look more into it tomorrow. But this is what I know so far. First of all, these people, these Decepticons, these literal lizard people, these literal lizards, these late-stage boomer Glansberg, they are throwing around the word conspiracy theorists like crazy. They're like anytime there's something outside of their like limited Glansberg like tunnel vision, they're just like conspiracy. It's like, yo, dog. It's like everything's a conspiracy theory till they prove it. To be true, dog. How many times in history do they need to prove it to you that this stuff is real before you're just like conspiracy? It's like, dog. These people are savage. We're like we are getting broadcast information by a bunch of late stage boomer, fuzzy hair, frazzled, poor, like low IQ Glansbergs that have like a degree from freaking Harvard. And they're just like, and they're just like, it doesn't make logical sense why somebody wouldn't trade me pudding for a banana. A banana is much more filling and much more healthy and has much more potassium than a pudding would. And it's like, shut up, Glansberg. Bananas taste like crap at lunch. It's like it's not about the nutrition facts, you stupid Glansberg. This is a society. He's like, he's like, that doesn't have enough potassium. It's like, shut your hole, Glansberg. He's like, this doesn't make logical sense. And then that's the exact same guy that's writing the headline. Epic. He's like, right-wing extremists refuse to accept potassium-rich banana, healthy potassium-rich nature treat in exchange for sugary, disgusting pudding. It's like, yo, Glansberg, retire. Like, like, whoa! Like, I bet at the interview for Cloud News Network, they're just like, they're like, how? They're like, did you have a lunchbox with a cartoon character on it at the age of 13? And they're like, of course. And they're like, you're hired. They're just like, yeah, Glansberg. They're just like, ha! They just like a high five Glansberg. They're like, me too. They're like, ah, they all love it. It's like, yo, if it's like, dog, if you were not taking paper bags to school by the time we were in high school, you're a Glansberg. I hate to tell you, you're a Glansberg. Or like maybe get your parents to give you $2, dog. It's like you at my school you could buy a stack of cookies as tall as your head. You could buy a bagel that looked like it fell off the back of a truck with like a piece of cheese in the middle of it and like a slice of pizza that was like wasn't even a Totino's. It was garbage. But you could buy it all for like $1.95. And people are like, oh, I have my lunch pail. It's like, yo, that lunch pail smells, Glansberg. It's like, wash that. Why don't you want my banana? It's potassium rich. It's like, yo, it's like Glansberg. I spend my entire budget on cookies today at free period C block. Oh my God. It's like it's like the only thing that we actually bought was Taco Tuesday and pizza. Like, what are we doing? Glansberg is like, that's not very. He's like, that's not very nutrient rich. It's like, shut your hole, Glansberg. These cookies are made of pure butter. It's like melted butter spray painted brown with chocolate chips in it. And they're like, that's a cookie. It's like, okay. It was so good. I would have died for one of those. There was a couple times where, like, honestly, if you asked me in high school, there would have been a few times I probably would have been willing for you to cut my pinky off for you to give me a rack of cookies that big. I would have been like, yeah, all right, do it. I'm not even going to really need this pinky. I heard it's part of the next evolutionary step anyways. There's going to be kids with no pinky. I would have done it. It'd be like that. Unless you're a Glansberg. Unless you're just like, oh. Whatever. But the pizza wasn't even good. People were like, the pizza was bomb. Yo, the pizza was not bomb. I don't know where you went to school, but my pizza was hot garbage. It's like, if I per-cheeseled a slice of pizza at the caliber of that pizza that I got when I was in high school, I would throw it back in the guy's face. I would be like, excuse me, bro? I'd be like, pardon me, bro? It's like, if they were giving out free pizza at the homeless shelter, I would be like, all right, fine. But no. We're like, that pizza was dank. It's like, was it? No, it was. Kind of like the fries. It's like, hi, can I just have just fries? They're just like, everybody knows you just had to flirt with the lunch ladies and you could get all the fries you wanted, but whatever. I digress. Somebody says pizza was Elio's. Yeah, Elio's would be a step up from the pizza, in my opinion. So this is the thing that's so amazing, though, about what Clown News Network did in this particular broadcast that really blew me up. They're calling it a rally instead of a protest. They're calling it a rally instead of a protest. A rally, and then already suggesting violence before it even happens. These people are so good at manipulating people that they renamed it, branded it a rally. I don't know if it's called a rally. It doesn't even matter. But they're not calling it a protest. And if it was something that was organized for George or Big statue in a tank top. Yeah, big statue guy. If it was a protest for the guy that has statues of him for some reason, they would be like, protest. Oh, just a nice protest. Mostly peaceful. Everything's on fire, but it's mostly peaceful protest. If it was a protest for Big G, it's like, so they've successfully branded it a rally, not a protest. So if you go protest and it's for a decision and or a position that they don't like, Glansberg News Network, they're going to brand it a rally, say it's going to be violent. Then all the people in DC are going to put up the fences to anticipate violence that theoretically doesn't even exist. Okay? So then they're going to put up the fences to make it everybody intimidated, keep everybody on edge, beef up the police force, make sure there's plenty of shows of power, make sure there's plenty of videos and photos of all of this stuff preparing for this violence. How easy would it be for them to just insert people into this situation, give them a Donnie Ballpark hat, and have them start to cause problems? It's so obvious. So even if they didn't do that, they can successfully convince half the people to not go by just saying it's going to be violent, by just saying it's not a protest. They've figured out a way to successfully deceive people away from protesting peacefully about a cause that they want to protest, because they just call it a rally, say it's going to be violent. And then based on my understanding, this protest was to protest all of the people that are still kind of like unlawfully imprisoned as a result of what happened. All these people that don't really have a criminal record that are all in prison. And I believe that the purpose of this rally, or this protest or whatever was to protest that. Yet they're saying it's to celebrate what happened on that day. They're saying that it's a celebration to honor them. Like they are, like the people that would attend this event would be in support of all of those bad things. That's like saying if there was a protest tomorrow for insert whatever guy they want to broadcast as being the martyr of the moment, they would be like, this is a peaceful protest. It's like, they're saying, oh, you're celebrating this bad thing. They've successfully dismantled anything that could even be remotely good by making it violent, by making it about the wrong thing, by saying that you agree soup to nuts, 0 to 100 with every single thing that happened on that day or anything around it. And they single-handedly can dismantle anything that they deem not to be good. It's genius. Honestly, it's genius. It's what happens because when those Glansbergs were not out riding their bike around the neighborhood, they were at home trying to figure out how they could get back at everybody that's sans Glansberg. That's what they were doing. And this is when it all comes to fruition. This is when a Glansberg life finally comes to fruition. They're like, yeah, it's like this is what they've been doing all along. They're like, if I just lay a bunch of rocks in the street, they won't be able to roller skate. That's Glansberg thinking. That's Glansberg mentality. That's exactly how they do it. Instead of figuring out how to get a set of rollerblades and actually being cool for once and not being a tattletale Glansberg, they just throw rocks in the sidewalk so nobody can skate. And then they're like, skating it should be illegal. And then they file a petition to the school board. Rollerblading is damaging to the sidewalk. It's like, shut your hole, Glansberg. That's exactly what these people are. That's what these people are. These are late stage, low IQ, sad Glansbergs with meaningless pieces of paper on the wall while they write epic troll articles about Ocrazio saying 1-800-CRY-NOW. That's not a dumb joke. Ocrazio's a bartender. She's being used and manipulated as a puppet for the rich people to get richer by manipulating and emotionally manipulating the poor people, the easy to deceive people through the exact same mechanisms that those rich people use to get richer. Okay, Glansberg. Okay, you late stage boomer, fuzzy hair, frazzled Glansberg. Okay, like I'm gonna go rollerblading now. Glansberg put rocks in the sidewalk. It's like, cool, Glansberg. See you on the jungle gym, Glansberg. You know. We're like literally living in a we're living in a stage of late stage bloomer Glansbergs. Whatever. Oh my God. I just had a thought. It's like if you don't know who the Glansberg was at your school, you're the Glansberg. Oh my God. It seems to me very simple. It's like, join a club. It's like play sports or like join the band or something. Play guitar. Like be interesting. They're just like, why? It's like Glansberg. It's not that hard. But whatever. Some people are triggered. They're like, no. But anyways. Chris says, you have set that can down the last 4 times and it has sounded empty every time. Well, it's not empty, Chris. Just because it sounds empty doesn't mean it's empty. There's still some left in it, Chris. Chris on Facebook's like, he's like, is that a fake can? The can's a hologram. All right, now it's empty, Chris. There it is. He's like, put away that can. Do what I want. My name is Chris. I'm in the Facebook comments. Chris, you're giving off a little bit of a Glansberg vibe right now, Chris. Chris is dropping Glansberg flavored comments on Facebook. He's like, that can should be empty by now. It's like that's something that a Glansberg would say. Just saying. I love you, Chris. He's just like, shouldn't have said that. People on Facebook are like, are you okay, Chris? He's like, are you wasted, bro? Yeah, I'm wasted. I'm wasted off of sparkling water. Sparkling water with real squeezed fruit. I'm trashed. Yo, Chris is giving off hella Glansberg vibes on Facebook right now. Totally Glansberg. Oh my god. Anyways. People like, relax, Chris. Excuse me. Anyways, Chris says you're acting a little different. No, I'm not. Anybody that's watched me knows I'm acting exactly the same as I always act. What's in your water, bro? Meth. He's acting different. Again, that's a very Glansberg thing to say. Anyways, if anybody else is not, did anybody else out there see these videos? People are like, what are you drinking? For the 50 millionth time, I literally only drink water and sparkling water in this live stream. I've never drank anything else with the exception of every once in a while, I will drink unsweetened iced tea. And that's only during the day because I'm not trying to drink caffeine at 11 o'clock at night. What are you drinking? I've had a beer on here one time. I think one time. Amy says he's literally acting how he always acts. Exactly. Yo, we got some Glansbergs on Facebook. That's the most Glansberg statement I've made all night. We got some Glansbergs on Facebook. It's like, yeah. No, I'm just kidding. People on Facebook are like, whoa. Like, I'm going to YouTube. YouTube's where the cool kids hang out. YouTube's for the kids that spend all their lunch money on cookies. Agreed. People like, drink more beer on here. Chris, just chill out. These are jokes. Chris is like, heaven forbid I ask what you're drinking. Chris, these are jokes. There's jokes on the live stream. Anyways, let's de-Glansberg the situation for a second. Let's reduce the Glansberg situation. Back to the lecture at hand. Did anybody watch that video of these serpent underworld creatures in New York City at the memorial wearing no diaper? You know who was there? Ocrazio. It was Ocrazio and that demon serpent. Pelos. Hi, Nancy. Nancy was there like, it's like, shut up, Nancy. Nancy was there. Demon serpent Nancy. Chuck Schumer, the lurch. Chuck Schumer was like, it's like, yo, you're a lurch. Retire. Like, you're a literal lurch. Retire. Uh-oh, Chris is getting Glansberg. Chris is getting super Glansberg. Yo, Chris, you just got blocked. Deuces, Glansberg. He's like, you're acting like a kid. Yo, you just got clapped. Chris just got blocked. Yo, I just de-Glansberged Facebook for everybody on Facebook. Yo. Anyways, he's like, oh. He was so upset. He was like, God forbid I ask what you're drinking. And then he called me a name. He's insulted me. It's like, all right, Chris. Well, you know, in this particular environment, I have the, you know what I mean? It's like, that's a super Glansberg. Can you imagine? Chris is just sitting there. Chris was just looking at his screen, enjoying the show. He made some random comment, and then he just got Glansberged right out of here. That's what you get, Chris. I'm saying, like, this is not the real world. Like, I'm not trying to act like holier than thou, but like, if you're gonna come on the stream and just go nuts, like, you're about to get de-Glansberg, my guy. Anyways, that was funny. Anyhow, these are the type of people you got to worry about. It's like he's gonna be like he's all heated right now. Anyways, I don't want to talk about Chris anymore. Chris made a mistake. Whatever, doesn't matter. Anyways, so. So it's like if you watch this video at Ground Zero at this memorial, all the serpents were there. You got Ocrazio, you got Serpent Creature, the garbage merchant, the underworld sea creature from San Francisco, Pelos. You got Chuck the Lurch. They're all sitting there talking to each other. They're all just laughing and they're all just jabbing and laughing and talking to each other with no diaper on. And then they take a picture with the diapers on. Then they take a video with all the diapers on. These people are disgusting. It's so sad. It's so sad. We're dealing with a bunch of underworld serpent creature literal late stage infected Glansbergs that are supposedly running the show. Yet your child has to wear a moldy, soggy diaper on his face or her face or their face or they's face for an entire school day. They are making every kid in the school Steven Glansberg. They're literally turning every student into a Glansberg. They're like, eat lunch alone, wear it. They're like, eat lunch alone, wear a soggy diaper. They're like, we need you to be a Glansberg. Like all the cool kids at school are just like, I'm literally Glansberg now. Talk about a morale crusher. Like, you've worked your whole high school and middle school career to like de-Glansberg your life, and now you're a Glansberg. That's tragic. Anyways, so these people are sick. They're disgusting. What they're doing to the children is insane. And here's the other thing. What I find so amazing about what's going on and how sick and twisted these people are, how they're emotionally manipulating everybody else, is they'll be like, everybody doesn't want to get the juice. You should get the juice because historically, people getting the juice has been something that's normal. It's part of society. It's like, yeah, but no juice has happened like this juice. No juice has had the effects that this juice has. No juice has been administered with this degree of overreach and force ever. So they're just like, juice is normal. Just everybody just get juice is just a normal part of life. And it's like, yeah, but the effects that are, I can't even say it. I had the video that I made the other day where I was yelling at Joey Basement when he gave his I am your sultan and you will eat this juice or die. When he gave this speech the other day, and I did that video called Old Man Ruins Earth that I made, it got taken off the tube today. It got taken off the tube because it said that I was making something that was questioning the you can't even say it. And I'm like, oh, dope. You mean when I was just like yelling loudly at Joey Basement? Like, I don't even know. There's nothing that I even said that wasn't just jokes. But it's like, okay. Like, if somebody's getting medical advice from Bobby Sauce by a man who goes by the last name Sauce, it's like, what are you doing? It's like, I went into my, it's like, I was feeling under the weather, so I called my pediatrician, Dr. Sauce. It's like, excuse me? It's like, is that what nationality is that? Just sauce. Like, you know, like barbecue sauce. It's like, sounds like a reputable doctor. Sounds like a literal reputable doctor. Sick. These people are sick. And this is the other thing that I was thinking about the other day. I hope that this is the right word. I hope I'm using the right word. Let me give it a giggle real quick. Let me just make sure I'm using the right word. Okay. Yes. Everybody in the world, everybody has confirmation bias, okay? Where when they do something, they want other people to do that thing inherently. Their human nature wants other people to do the thing that they did to help them validate internally that what they did was the correct decision. People that are in a relationship are like, you got to be in a relationship. People that are single are like, you got to be single. People that are married are like, you got to be married. People that are not married are like, you got to not be married. People love confirmation bias. People love when people validate their decisions by following along with their decisions. They love that. So all these people that get the juice, it's like a person that buys Bitcoin. And don't come at me, BitClam people. I don't care. It's not about Bitcoin. It's just if you buy Bitcoin, you're financially incentivized to tell other people to buy Bitcoin. Plus, you don't want to hear people be like, Bitcoin's a scam. You don't want to hear that because that means that you are not smart. That means that you made a mistake. You want the confirmation bias of everybody else buying Bitcoin because you bought Bitcoin. And when you tell people to buy Bitcoin and they buy Bitcoin, it confirms that you were correct. People are that way about the juice. That's why they want to force it on everybody. That's why they want to put it into a sideways hammer and crank it up your dirt star. That's why, because they're like, did I make a mistake? No. Everybody needs to take it. Everyone. They don't care. More kids have gotten clapped. I can't even use the words. More human children have been clapped in Chicago than have been clapped by the clap. But no one cares about them. Nobody cares about the kids in Chicago. That's just Chicago. More kids have been clapped in Chicago because of than the clap. But they don't care about them. They don't care about the kids in Chicago. They don't care about them. All they care about is exerting power over you for the rest of your life. Because it's not about this juice. It's not about this. It's about indefinite power forever. It's about biomedical tyranny. It's about destroying everything at all costs forever till the end of time. It's about unchecked, infinitely wieldable power over anybody for anything forever. That's what it is. But people want that confirmation bias so bad that they will demonize anyone, because if other people don't take it and they got bullied into taking it, it makes them feel like they did something wrong, like they're stupid. So they're going to force you to get that confirmation bias. And the reason that the way that you can tell that these people don't care about you is that if you really cared about people's health, you would be trying to retain, hire, and cultivate every qualified medical and health professional available on the planet right now. If it was as bad as you suggest, they would not be firing qualified people that can work and help protect this. These capacity issues are caused by design, by firing all these people, because this is the thing that's so sad about it all. While most of us stayed home, collected unemployment checks, watched Tiger King on Netflix, and chilled at the crib, ordered Uber Eats, ordered Grubhub, ordered Postmates, who was out there at work every day? Cops, firefighters, first responders, paramedics, doctors, nurses, medical staff, grocery store people, truck drivers, cashiers, essential workers were all thrown to the dogs and bravely and with fanfare went out into the unknown every day, got worked like a dog for a year and a half with no juice, risked their life, celebrated, parades, TV shows. Thanks, workers. Thanks. Give me a big sack of thanks. And they were like, sick. They're like, sick. Finally, some recognition. This is dope. And then as soon as it was inconvenient, as soon as it didn't matter anymore, they're like, eat this juice or I'm going to stuff it in your dirt star or you lose your career. You're fired. Cool. Meanwhile, overload, overflow, not enough. Oh, it's the juice, horse drug. It's like, they hate us. It's so obvious. And the thing that's so sad about it all is that it's so obvious. and people don't even care. They don't even care because they want that confirmation bias. They only want to pay attention such a small amount that they're willing to let everything go to the wayside to confirm that they are virtuous and wise, that they are intelligent because they decided to do this for the good of everybody else. Meanwhile, all the people that really did the hard work, the fact that they would think about firing police officers is disgusting. Disgusting. Because police officers are out in the field fighting with people, risking their lives, and risking their lives while risking their lives. They're double risking their lives. No burn on the nurses. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not trying to belittle the nurses, but nurses are in a controlled environment, right? They're in an air conditioned hospital. Look, insane respect to the nurses. This is not to belittle the nurse or the medical staff, but no disrespect. A fudging cop is on the streets with some dude that's like literally on crack, hasn't showered in a week, wrestling them to the ground, risking his life, risking her life, double risking their life. They're rubbing up against that person. I mean, it's like these people did double duty. And then that at the end of a year of rioting, fires, demonization, everyone telling them how bad they are, defunding police departments, taking away employees, taking away support, taking away staff, taking away resources, threatening them. After all that, the public eye saying that they're evil, the leader of the free world being like, oh, just shoot him in the leg. Just shoot him in the leg. This guy's an idiot. You know how difficult it is to shoot a person in the friggin' leg? You know how challenging that is? 95% of people couldn't shoot a guy in the leg 25 feet away if he was walking. Yet I'm supposed to brawl with the guy and then shoot him in the leg? It's like, all right, Joe. I bet Joe couldn't successfully spoon a bowl of porridge into his mouth without getting a little drib on his chin. This guy is deceased. This guy is not currently living or residing on the earth's crust with the rest of us. Just shoot him in the leg. Shut up, Joe. You're a garbage merchant. This guy is a trash hound of the highest order. Come on, George Snuffleupabeans. Just shoot him in the hand. What? Just pop him in the leg. Pop off a little warning shot. Just pop him in the leg. All right, Joe. Tell that to a gang of 4 dudes that are about to slaughter a person. Just pop him in the leg. Get a mental health advocate there. How are you feeling? Gah. They're like, okay. And it's like, and RIP. It's like, all right. They're like, just shoot him in the leg. It's like, no, he's not living anymore. Like, he's like, well, he could have just hit him in the leg. It's like, that guy has an AK. I don't know if anybody who follows like Breaking 911 or any of these police Instagram. If you respect police officers, I could guarantee you'll respect them a whole lot more if you follow some of these accounts. These guys and gals, theys, them, z's and zers and horses and cows and moos or whatever, they deal with a lot of stuff. There's this guy, I think it was in El Paso. He pulls this guy over for a routine stop. The guy comes out with an AK and just lights him up and just bounces. Just that's it. I think it was the guy's first day on the job. It was either his first day or his first month or his first year or something. But it was like a routine traffic stop. They pull him over. He's like, what's up? And he's just like, I'm about to just literally end this guy's life for like a traffic ticket. I was watching last night. I like watching murder mysteries because whatever. And I was watching, especially like cop-related mysteries. And I watched this show, which I would recommend because it's pretty cool. It's called The Case That Haunts Me. And it's a story about police officers and the case that haunts them, like the craziest case that they've ever had to deal with. And I watched this one last night where this cop was like on his way home. And he saw a truck. He got a report that a truck had stolen $20 of gas from a gas station. So he follows the truck and pulls them over. The guy gets out with a shotgun and just blasts them in cold blood for $20. $20. Okay. My live video just got paused on Instagram. That's not very cool. I don't like that. Hold up. It's okay. All right, I just got clapped. All right, am I back now? I think my internet just reset. Let me know if I'm back. Send me a thumbs up on Instagram if I'm back. Paused on Facebook a couple times, but keeps coming back. Okay. All right, I'm going to try to connect to the Wi-Fi again, so hold on a second. All right. All right, I think I'm back. I just got I got super blurry. I think I'm back now though. All right, am I back on Instagram? All right, $20. Yeah, so this guy got clapped for $20 for no reason by this dude because he was wearing the wrong uniform. Unfortunate. So anyways, that's the type of stuff that we're dealing with these police officers, and that's what I find so sad is like it's like without even laughing a little bit about this stuff, it's so sad. It's so devastatingly sad because when you see how obvious it is, when you look at it, you're like, wow. They're puppeting around AOC like she's fighting for poor people when really she's enriching rich people. All of these serpent demon creatures that are running all the halls of power, they're all in cahoots with each other, red and blue. They all work together. They all are enriched. They all spend money recklessly. They all spend money on themselves recklessly. They all give themselves raises. They all get crazy vacations. They all waste and squander time and resources arguing about nothing. They all act like children. They all insult each other like middle school kids, like high school kids. They all gaslight us. They all demonize the other side. They all cause and perpetuate the divide between people. They make it emotional. They make it personal. They make it not about the issues. They make it not about what people care about, but they make it about childish attacks. They go on mainstream TV, who sensationalizes it, who blows it out of proportion, who makes it a personal attack. Then all the late night pundits insult them, make fun of them, disparage them, distract us all from the unity that would cause so much good. Distract us from it. They demonize and try to divide us into two separate factions. They pump us with this idea that this juice is the dictate of the world. They've emotionally convinced and manipulated the vast majority of people to think that this is the correct thing, not even understanding that they're literally handing away the keys to their own sovereignty, their own freedom, their own castle. They're handing the keys away and they don't even know it. They've emotionally manipulated them so hard that they don't even get it. They've demonized us against each other, making us fight with each other. They've distracted us from the happenings of the remainder of the world. Anytime they like it, they pump it into our face. Anytime they don't like it, they silence it, they Casper it out. It's gone. You can't see it. You go to Walmart, you go to grocery stores, you go to Costco. They're pumping people full of disgusting, packaged, garbage food. They pump you full of sodium, empty calories, chemicals, preservatives, garbage food that makes you feel like crap, makes you act like crap, makes you look like crap, and it makes your life crap. They make you sick. They benefit off your sickness. They lie to you about why you're sick. They tell you that they have the cure for your sickness to keep you in a perpetual state of consistent reliance. They take your money away. They convince you that you need to pay more because it would only be fair. They convince you that they're going to take more money from the big guy by taking more money from the little guy. They take the money that you work so hard for and they devalue it. They inflate it. They inflate it so much and make it so complicated that the everyday person doesn't even realize that the thing that they've worked their entire life for is evaporating away right in front of their hands. And they've convinced them, emotionally manipulated them through these distribution methods that they got them to choose it, to elect it, to want it, to beg for it. They've demonized anything that goes against the narrative. They've set the narrative, made the narrative, written the narrative. They're 1,000 steps ahead. They can manipulate the results of polls. They can manipulate the results of selections. They can manipulate the hearts and minds of people by getting into cahoots, all financially interested, all financially pollinating and cross-pollinating each other, scratching each other on the back, constantly keeping the circle small, the elite further and further away from the plebes. They enrich themselves generationally to where their wealth can never be touched forever. And they keep us running in circles, tripping over dollars, tripping over pennies, purchasing Bitcoins and Ethereum coins and Litecoins and Doge coins, garbaging around over absolutely nothing for nothing while they get richer and we all lose. And at a moment's notice, if it ever questioned their ability, if it ever threatened their ability to reign over you infinitely now and forever and for their children's children to dominate and control you to the end of time, they would end it like this. They make us sick. They teach us the wrong thing. In elementary school, middle school, and high school, they don't teach you about nutrition. They don't teach you about food. They don't teach you how to prepare, store food, how to prep for food. They don't teach you properly how to exercise, how to take care of your body, how to take care of your mind, how to meditate, how to do yoga, how to properly exercise. They don't teach you any guidance or any structure for a normal life. They don't teach you about money. They don't teach you about credit cards. They don't teach you about the stock market. They don't teach you about bank accounts. They don't teach you about balancing money, balancing a checkbook, saving. They don't teach you about investments. They don't teach you about 401ks. They don't teach you about They don't teach you about IRAs. They don't teach you about interest rates. They don't teach you about credit scores. They don't teach you about mortgages. They don't teach you about loans. They don't teach you about money market accounts. They don't teach you about CDs, certificates of deposit. They don't teach you about foreign exchange. They don't teach you about currency. They don't teach you about where currency comes from. They don't teach you to question everything. They don't teach you to question anything. They don't teach you to question your history. They don't teach you to question your existence. They don't teach you to question anything. They teach you how to be a lemming, how to be a clone, how to be a sheep, how to be a duplication. They teach you how to be an employee. They teach you how to be a weak, sick, frail, spineless, brainless, ununique, copycat employee. They teach you how to die. They teach you how to die slowly after they can manipulate and milk you for everything you're worth. Then, when you get older, they teach you how to love. They teach you who to love. They teach you how it's supposed to look. They lie to you about the ways to go about it. They use things like Hollywood to artificially inflate emotionally manipulated people to positions of power as people that you should follow, and then they manipulate them. Those people are often sad, lonely, depressed, drug abusers, alcohol abusers, bad childhood, bad growing up, hate themselves, sad inside, empty. They manipulate them. They use them. They peddle them in front of you. They manipulate them until they've squeezed them to the last drop. Then they exterminate them. They get you to idolize them, and then they cycle them through and destroy them right in front of your face. And then at the end, what do they have left? They teach men in movies that the way to get the girl is to be a simp, is to sing outside her window and play the guitar and beg for her love. If you're just a simp loser with a popped collar and no bicep, that you can just convince this girl to like you because you're cute, because the big bag mean guy that actually gets what he wants to get out of life, that guy is bad. He's arrogant, he's ignorant, he's mean. But you can write her a poem and sit outside her window and throw pebbles at her windowsill, and that's the guy that gets the girl. The simp gets the girl. What do they teach women? They teach women that you need to wait, that you need to sit in an ivory tower to wait for some dude to come save you. Oh, you have to leave your parents, leave your family, leave everything that you've ever known to be a princess. Wait till you're 15 years old and some handsome rich man on a white steed comes in to save you from your miserable existence. He has to kiss you while you're asleep and give you a glass slipper and whisk you away and give you the life that you've always dreamed of. You have to give up being a mermaid to get with this random dude. All right. They teach it backwards. They teach you how to be a simp. They teach you how to be a clone, simp, no bicep having, loser, drone, production machine until you're tapped. Then they devalue your savings, devalue your 401k, drain you dry, manipulate you in the medical system, pump you full of drugs, lie to you till you die. Then they tax your death. They're like, thanks for dying. Cha-cha. And then Joey Basement's like, yo, let me get some of that sweet papel. And people are like, Joey Basement's so virtuous. He won't tax anybody that makes under $400,000 a year. Just kidding. Families under $400,000. Just kidding. Inflation. Every single thing. Gas prices. Lower wages. Like, they're so good. They're so good at lying. It's insane. Oh, you didn't get the girl? Hang outside her window and sing her and read her a poem. Meanwhile, she's getting her cheeks clapped by the other dude in real life. But he's outside. I miss you, Wendy. I wrote you this poem. Cool. You think she wants that, dog? No. That only works in the movies. That stuff's fake. Last time I checked, women are attracted to people with drive, conviction, motivation, a spine, a backbone, that do what they want, that have a direction in life, that are an unsinkable ship. Confidence, forward motion, achieving, motoring through obstacles, and elevating themselves to the highest and best version of themselves. They're looking to be a complement to that while they travel through life. They're not looking for some simp poem writing, no bicep clown sneaker. Write me a poem, Wendy. Oh, I wrote you this poem. I'm in your front yard. Yeah, that works. Meanwhile, these clowns forget that Harvey Weinberg, Steven Glansberg, Harvey Wineclam, I don't even say his stupid name. This dude was a huge political donor for Big Blue, Michelle Obama, Big Mike. Big Mike was like, thanks so much, Harvey. You know who interned with Harvey Glansberg? Malia, their daughter. They loved him. Where's he now? Where are they now? They're telling you how to live your life. They couldn't even figure out that Glansberg was a psychopath. That dude was a huge donor to Big Blue, but nobody cares because nobody pays attention. Everybody is Glansberg. Steven Glansberg, 2021. We're living in a world of MFing Glansbergs. This is Glansbergville. We're screwed. Yo, I need to rename this video. Literal Glansberg universe. And who's elevated to the halls of power right now? A bunch of low life, low IQ, greedy, money grubbing, friendless, spineless, low confidence, no backbone having, Glansbergs who have been appointed by boomer and post and pre-boomer Glansberg, post-boomer Glansbergs that went to some university with a bunch of Glansbergs that all just Glansberged each other, and they all did a circle Glansberg, and then they put a meaningless piece of paper on the wall, and they all just Glansberged their way in and put in their 4 years, got their lifetime of payment, and then they just Glansberged their way to the board of some big pharmaceutical company for them to collect coins and be a loser Glansberg for the remainder of their natural life. As they wield down Glansberg-like policies on the rest of all the plebes. We're living in Glansbergville. And who's and who's the princess? Who's the princess of Glansbergville? Oh, Crazio. These people are sick in the head, and they've successfully convinced everybody that a nation of Glansbergs is a prosperous nation, when in reality, everybody's got a freaking banana and nobody wants it. And we're out here like, yo, we got literal Choco pudding, kid. And they're just like, it's just like, you're a Glansberg. Meanwhile, China is clowning us. Clowning us. And then you got Joey Basement, the literal ghost of Joseph Robinette Basement, standing behind Greasy Gab Gab, Governor Gaslight. Oh my God. Standing behind Greasy Newsom with his diaper on like a little infant Glansberg. Sitting in the back while Newsom is like 40 million Californians. It's like, dog, like this guy's a literal, like this guy loves the snow. But whatever. It's like we're dealing with a bunch of like of boomer and post-boomer neurotic pill guzzling Glansbergs. Thank you, Amanda, for the Venmo. I just saw a Venmo come in from Amanda. Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate it. Like, we're living in Glansberg. And what do we have to show for it? It's like we got a president that's an embarrassment on the global stage. But I got to give it to them. These people, the elitists, leftists, whatever you want to call them, they got the game in the bag. They've successfully convinced people that they are right and smarter than us and better than us. They're hopped up on the juice. They're greasy. They're slimy. They could poop in your cereal and tell you that it's Choco Chip. And people are like, yeah, this is delicious. It's like, okay. And everybody is such a spineless clown that nobody wants to pay attention. Nobody wants to think about it. Nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to do the research. They just want to watch TV, have them serve them the information, and then they regurgitate it around to everybody else because we're dealing with a world full of Glansbergs. And how do we get out of it? I don't know. I mean, I do know. I know exactly how, and I've said it a million times. It's not about how, it's about if. It's about will people do what's necessary? Will they talk to people about it? That's like the least that people could do is like talk to people about it. And I'm seeing a lot of it. I see a lot of people going out and protesting and having their voices heard, and for sure the message is getting out there and people are doing their part. And I'm certainly optimistic. But if we see Greasy Newsom get reelected in a couple, like tomorrow, which seems likely, it's like the people are like masochists. It's like they know that everything's trash, but they don't even do enough research to know who to put in there. And because people can't figure out how to unite around a single candidate, that's the problem with the right, is like they find a demon serpent and they unite around the serpent. That's the one thing that the left is really good at. They're like, oh, this greasy scrumbler, this greasy scrumple stiltskin. Yeah, let's rally behind this grease bag. And that's the thing that they're good at. Yet we can't seem to decide. It's like, who should we go for? It's like you may not agree with Larry Elder. You may not agree with whomever, but you got to agree that they're better than Greasy Newsom. It's like, but people can't agree with it. And it's like, because we are too independent, we are independent thinkers, we are highly intelligent, we look into things with common sense, with real world understanding. We can't be as easily manipulated. And as a result, we're so independent that we can't unite around a single candidate. And as a result, we lose because they're all brainwashed. It's like we got to know who we're up against. So I'm not trying to doom and gloom it, but I'm just saying it's like there's so much that needs to change. And the fact that your everyday basic person doesn't even see what's going on is like so laughable. It's like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. It's insane. But whatever. Like today, I believe it was Howard Stern. I believe it was today or maybe yesterday. Howard Stern is throwing shade at Joe Rogan because he took horse. And it's like, yo, Howard Stern, like, first of all, could you imagine the two biggest audio broadcasters in the world, one of them just needlessly disparaging the other? Of all the people that Howard Stern's going to come after, why would he go after Joe Rogan, his number one competitor? It's like, oh, do you think because he really thinks he took horse met? It's like, all I have to say to Howard Stern is nay. All right. Nay, because this guy is a lanky weirdo. And like, it's just hilarious that like the lank master himself would come after Joe Rogan. Hilarious. Sounds like he's a little threatened. Sounds like he's got a little bit of flavor of that Glansberg up his dirt star, if you ask me. Poor Howard. But whatever. Thank you, Patricia. Wow. Thank you, Patricia, for the Venmo. I appreciate that. That was very generous. Thank you so much for the Venmo, Patricia. Appreciate it. Thank you. So, yeah, the world is trash. The fact that people are so stupid that they don't even pay attention to the most basic of things, like whether or not something is for a horse or not. It's like, okay, these people are so sick. There's the audacity of them is so amazing. Like when I was watching that Clown News Network clip today, and they're like, oh, right wing rally to support it's like, you sick. These people are sick. They're sick in the head. I'm reading the comments. The Graham stopped my comments right here. I can only see them up here. Just a heads up. Just if anybody thinks I'm like watching, like looking at OnlyFans or something. Yeah, I'm not saying that Howard Stern. I see people in the comments talking about Howard Stern. I'm not saying Howard Stern's not relevant. I'm just saying that's hilarious that he would attack Joey Roggs, and I think it's also hilarious that he would insult him about horse things. It's like, yo, you're lanky and weird, but okay. I do think I would encourage everybody to to look at Ocrazio's dress, though. Very funny. Kristen said, I just got here. Update me. I can't. I'm an hour and 44 minutes in. You're going to have to rewatch. I got real lit earlier. I was sweating a lot. Somebody said she's a horse. That's pretty funny. People are saying AOC is literally an actress playing a role. Yeah, that's correct. Howard Stern is acting like a duck. I don't know that she meant duck, but that's funny. Somebody said she doesn't deserve to be 3 letters. That's pretty funny. Her dress is a dumpster fire. Yeah, her whole operation is very Glansberg flavored, in my opinion. Yo, MSVT, I'm going to snap. Will says Clown News Network would never lie to us. Facts. Literally facts. Jen Lee says she was wearing a Chick-fil-A bag, literally. Yeah, it looked like a Chick-fil-A bag. I have heard that she makes a kickin' Moscow Mule, though. Kicking on the Chick-fil-A bag. It did look like a Chick-fil-A bag. That's hilarious. Somebody should make that into a meme. That would be absolutely priceless. Go do that. Somebody go do that. Make a meme of Ocrazio's dress and a Chick-fil-A bag. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that goes nuclear. It did look like a Chick-fil-A bag. The Purple Lady said, CJ says Daddy T. Says what about Daddy T? Benny Johnson shared the meme already. Nice. That's awesome. Chick-fil-A. Yeah, a couple mules, a couple vag badges. Agreed. Jen Lisa's got 3 badges here. That's 3 badges. That's pretty impressive. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jen. Mikey just made a funny comment on Facebook, but I can't say anything about it because it's offensive. 10 cool also being offensive on Instagram, but that's all right. The Instagram comments go away. The Facebook comments remain. So when somebody rewatches this, they could actually see what Mikey said on Facebook. Calm voice in the dark. That was also pretty funny, but I didn't say it. Kristen's, yo, I have to bring being Glansberg into the zeitgeist. I said being Glansberg a lot tonight. AOC is selling merch. Yeah, like this conversation, this live stream got extremely high Glansberg like a while ago, and then I de-Glansberged as time went on. And I'd like to think that we've like leveled out on the level of Glansberg, but it was really high Glansberg for a minute there. OG Dunna, appreciate your work. Thank you. Here in Toronto. Yeah, Canada, I don't even know. Canada's banana sandwich. Look, I'm not trying to rag on Canada, but I certainly hope that Canada starts fixing some stuff soon. I mean, it's going bad everywhere. It's not even Canada. It's everybody. Everybody's insane. So I hope Canada fixes it up. I think there's a lot of bad things happening in a lot of places. Yo, Ocrazio looks like such a loser in that dress, and they're like, slay, slay. AOC wearing a tax the rich dress at the Met Gala when every ticket costs $30,000. Hilarious. You gotta love that. AOC slays queen. She's slaying queen. Slaying. She's literally slaying. Oh my god. She looks like a bag of waffle fries. Yeah, slay. Gianna. Yes. Literally, she's slaying. $30,000. Slay it, sis. Get him, sis. Literal Glansberg. AOC. AOC is like who every Glansberg would crush on, but if Glansberg wasn't so Glansberg, they would realize that AOC is nothing to crush on. They're like, oh, AOC. It's like AOC sits in like the socioeconomic high school ladder, like right above Glansberg, but right below every other chick, you know? She's like the pinnacle of the Glansberg's eye, because like a Glansberg feels like Ocrazio like could maybe be captured with like just the right guitar tune and or poem, or like if you did enough of her science homework, like you might be able to slide in like a Glansberg smooch, like in a dark alley, like after prom, like the day before you go off to MIT. They're like, oh, crazy, but like that's like peak Glansberg, because like no Glansberg is gonna go for like the captain of the cheerleading team. Glansberg needs to shoot lower. AOC is like peak Glansberg. That's why they send her to the ball. They send her to the freaking ball. They're like, Glansberg. They're just like, you look so beautiful, Glansberg. Ocrazio's like that. See, and Ocrazio feels like a sassy queen to a bunch of Glansbergs. In a room full of Glansbergs, Ocrazio's like the belle of the ball. Meanwhile, everyone who's on the socioeconomic ladder above, or the not economic. Everybody who's on the socio whatever, I don't even care. I'm not a Glansberg. Everybody that's above Glansberg, everybody that's socially elevated to above Glansberg status is like, yo, Ocrazio, that's who you want? You literally want Ocrazio? Like that. like Ocrazio is like the type of person that, like the type of gal that like you would tee up for like somebody's kid brother or something. Like, like Jimmy's kid brother likes Ocrazio. It's like, oh, that's hilarious. Only Glansberg's like her. All right, we'll tell her. We'll get some girl we'll get a cheerleader to tell her to like. Oh God. I hope I hope this is funny. I don't know. Maybe I'm like going on my own. Maybe I'm going on my own thing here, but I just I feel like to be honest, and this may be messed up to say, I don't know, but I feel like life is very much a lot like high school, and I feel like there's a lot of parallels about the social dynamics that a person learns in high school. And when I was in high school, I learned a lot about how the social dynamics work. It's like you understand, like, here's the rich kids, here's the athletic kids, like here's the people like in this position, in this, you understand how everybody gets in where they fit in. And when I look at the world, a lot of times I try to pinpoint where in that social ecosystem people lay and I try to break it down to like a high school environment. And I look at Ocrazio and I'm like, this makes perfect sense. Like Ocrazio is like peak, like I said, like the apple of the eye, the belle of the ball for a Glansberg. Like a Glansberg Like a Glansberg would be friends with like Ocrazio's little brother and would like be over there, and like when like Ocrazio went out, they'd be like, "Oh, your sister's so hot, Ocrazio," and she would have like a white like VW Beetle or something, and he'd be like, he'd be like, "Oh, he'd be like so sick," and meanwhile, like everybody that was her age at school would be like, "Ocrazio, that's hilarious." Like absolutely not. It's like only like a lower Glansberg type would be like interested in Ocrazio. That's where I feel like Ocrazio is. And now she's just like wearing a glass slipper and a white gown at the Met Gala. And they're like, ah, they're like, ah. They're like, we played trombone together in high school. Ah, I knew she was it. Meanwhile, that Glansberg, if that Glansberg was actually able to just recognize the goodness of his like the goodness that his Glansbergness has gotten him, he would realize that he's even better than Ocrazio. He's got like a chemistry degree. He's gonna be like a rocket engineer, and he's like hung up on Ocrazio. It's like Glansberg. What are you doing, guy? But that's the plight of the Glansberg. It's like Glansberg's so Glansberg with himself that he doesn't even understand. He doesn't even understand what he's got. Meanwhile, Ocrazio is like she's at the gala. She's at the gala wearing a Chick-fil-A bag. Oh. I don't know. Danielle sent me an email while I was on this live. Someone named Danielle, maybe she's still on here, wrote me an email 39 minutes ago, and the subject line is, in all caps, Steven effing Glansberg. Love it. Oh, that's hilarious. She wrote about pudding and a Moscow Mule. All right, I'll read this email later, Danielle. Thank you for the email. Steven literal Glansberg. Oh, my God. That's so funny. Mikey said AOC played the flute in summer camp, I heard. Yo, literal. Oh, my God. I'm at the gala, Glansberg. I feel like our politicians, our political types would be like the types of cats that would volunteer to work at the prom as like a chaperone so they could get closer to Ocrazio. And then like Ocrazio would like like one of Ocrazio's friends, one of Ocrazio's cooler friends would convince her to drink like Bacardi 151 mixed in with her water, and she would get all loopy, and like some dude, like the captain of the soccer team, would like wink at her, and she'd be like, "Buzz off, Glansberg," and he'd be like, "No," he'd be like, "No." Oh God. Oh man. He'd be like, we're the chaperones. She's like, do the rest of the work, Glansberg, and shut the hell up. But he's not gonna say anything because he's in love with her. And then on Monday at school, she's like, "Hey, Glansberg, like you got that homework?" And he's like, "Yeah." Then she's like, "Thanks." And he's like, he's like, "So did you hang out with Robbie that night?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "No." Gianna, let's write a script. I'm down. Oh, starring Ocrazio. It's going to be called The Plight of the Glansberg, featuring Ocrazio. Featuring Gianna Simone as Ocrazio. Chooks Official as Glansberg. Chooks can play the captain of the football team. We need to find a Glansberg. and then later And then later he runs for public office. He's like, I'm going to get back at all those kids. It's like, yo, Glansberg, you're spare parts, aren't you, bud? The image is reversed on Instagram and it's correct on Facebook and YouTube. Chooks. Chooks. No, I could see Chooks being like the principal. Chooks would be like the principal of the school that like ends up at the party after the prom, like drunk. And then Glansberg like tries to tell on him and he's like, he like brings Glansberg into his office like on Monday and he's like, Glansberg. He's like, if you tell anybody that you saw me at that party, he's like, I'll ruin your life. He's like, I know you applied to MIT. Would be a shame if you were to not get a recommendation. And Glansberg would be like, no. And then Chooks would just like bend his flute like over his knee and hand it back to Glansberg and be like, you heard what I said, Glansberg. And he would just be like, oh. Not only did he lose on Crazio, his flute is bent in half. He's not going to get a recommendation to MIT, and he didn't even go to the party. He like just came there to like pick up Ocrazio. Ocrazio like called an Uber, and it was Glansberg driving the Uber. He's like, oh hey, she's like all wasted. She's like, oh, I made out with Robbie, hit the party. Oh my god. And Glansberg's like, Glansberg's driving Lyft. He's like, do you have a good night? She's like, shut. She goes on the app and she's like, silent ride. He's like, oh, Glansberg. It like hits him right in the Glansberg. Then she just calls one of her friends from the back seat and she's like talking about like how good it was to make out with Robbie the whole time. And Glansberg is like flooring it. And then he gets a ticket. And then he gets a ticket for speeding. And she's like, she just gives him 1 star, reports him to Lyft, gives him 0 tip, and then he does her science homework on Monday. Oh my god. Literal Glansberg. Yeah, Chooks, you need to be that guy. That I would die. Yo, Joy Reid sucks. Anybody watch Joy Reid? Wow. She's terrible. She is so bad. I can't stand her. I can't believe people actually watch this person on television. It's like, what are you doing? Who gave you a job? Probably some Glansberg, probably some late stage boomer Glansberg gave it to him. Joyless Reid, Misery Reid, in my opinion. Who's Joy Reid? I'm not going to tell you because we don't need to know. No one needs to know. So that's on Facebook. She is amazingly disgusting. Yeah, she's not ideal. Certainly not ideal. No, I'm not talking about Joy Behar, even though she's also not ideal. The worst of the worst. Pardon me, Ray Chibo. We've been talking about Chick-fil-A for a coon's age in here, Jack. Yeah, Joy Behar and Joy Reid are both miserable for all you plebeians. I did not take anybody's Chick-fil-A comment. I've been on this live stream for 1 hour and 45 minutes, you chooch. 2 hours. I've been talking about Steven Glansberg. Did I see Biden said corn pop? But did he say it again? Did he say it again? Because we all know that he said it once. He is corn pop. Corn pop was a bad dude. Whoopee Cushion Goldberg. Somebody mentioned Brian Stelter. Brian Stelter looks like that character from what's that movie? What's that movie with those yellow Once Upon a Glansberg? That's hilarious. What are those things? The Lemmings, or what are they called? The Its? What are those things called? I forget what they're called. Despicable Me. Brian Stelter looks like that guy from Despicable Me. Despicable Stelter. What's that guy's name? Minions. There you go, Minions. Yeah, the Minions, my bad. He looks like that guy. Brian Stelter looks like the guy from the Minions. His name is Gru. Oh, my God. Gru, yeah. Yeah, Brian Stelter looks like Gru. Brian Stelter is Gru. Why are bifold closet doors called bifold if they only fold once? Because they fold into two pieces, dog. Despicable Chodes. Stelter. Somebody said Scuzz Bucket. Yep. Somebody was helping me work on a Bobby Sauce dictionary, and I don't know where they went. Somebody was helping me. Who was helping me? I forget who that was. Somebody was helping me write one or putting one together, and then they disappeared. And I was like, I was like, don't be a Glansberg. Was that you? Butterball? That was you? Nice. What happened to it? I have a little bit of it. You want me to put on the glasses? It's Steven Glansberg, dude. Nice. Well, that's what's up. Well, we got to finish that. Glansberg would disagree. Yo, big thanks to thank you to Mary Catherine and Amanda for the Venmos, and thank you Patricia for the Venmo. Very generous. Thank you so much, Patricia. I appreciate it. I saw a couple other badges came in. Thank you, Addiction Talk, April Bruss, Michelle AD. Michelle AD has 7 badges. Wow. Jen Lisa AD with 3 badges. Thank you so much. Clean Beauty, Mama Foodie, Russell Saraski, Jeff San Juan, Peggy Lou, Jess CT6, Keto Vampire, Charlottini with 2, Chula Walker, Chooks Official bought another one, Vegan Vixen, Chaz 10 Jenkins, Where's Nicolette, Abby 208, Mayday 1111, OK5, Leo's the Lion, Amber Marie Graham, Ash Hunts, and then I mentioned all the other ones before. Thank you guys for the badges. I drank 2 full bottles of water and a Spindrift on this live stream. What's his guts? Who remember how many people, by a show of hands? Thank you, Chooks. Thanks, Chooks. How many people, by a show of hands, how many people were here when the guy was haggling me about my drink and I had to remove him from the chat? How many people? Can I have a hand or a thumbs up or a high five or something in the comments? How many people have been here since the guy was haggling me about my drink and I had to forcibly remove him from the chat? How many people have been here since then? That was over an hour ago. That was like an hour and 20 minutes ago. Chris. Yeah, Chris. Poor Chris. I'm gonna unblock Chris later. Like, I'm gonna go on Facebook and unblock him because he was in the chat. He just got a little butthurt. I was like, stop. He's like that. He's like, that can sounds empty. I was like, well, it's not, Chris. It's not. Is that you, Chris? Chris is in the chat. Wait, did he say me? Wait, did Chris say it's him? Oh, where'd he go? Oh, I thought Chris was in the chat. He's like, it's me. No, I'm gonna unblock Chris. Like I said, he was in the chat. He was in the chat before. I feel bad for Chris. The comments are so far back that I can't even find them. but I'm gonna unblock him because I feel bad. But that was really funny because he was like getting very upset. He was like, "That can of soda's empty." It's like, all right, Chris Glansberg. Oh my god, that's really funny. Yeah, I gotta go find how to unblock him. I actually don't know exactly how to do that, but I'll have to find it in the Facebook thing. How to unblock Chris. He has to be D Glansberg. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I really don't know how to do it. Page access? No, that's not it. I'll have to find it. They're like, did you block this Glansberg? They're like, do you want to do you want to re-enable access to someone you've previously Glansberged? It must be in like privacy or something. I don't know. Oh, blocking. There it is. I found him. I think I found him. Chris, there he is. Okay. Lifetime. I have lifetime only blocked 5 people. There's been a lot of people that have come into the chat. There's a lot of people that have come into the chat and like said all types of not nice things. And I've been like, whatever. And I haven't blocked anybody except for these 4 people. So Chris is in there right now, and I'm going to unblock him right now. Are you sure you want to unblock Chris? Confirm. All right, Chris has been unblocked. I have unblocked Chris. Can you imagine if he came back in the chat on Facebook? He's like, oh, he's like, that can is empty still. It's like, dog. Cans sound empty on a table next to a microphone before they're empty. He's like, drink it, you. He called me a sea sucker. I don't even want to say it because I don't want to get this chat flagged. But I was like, all right, Glansberg. I was like, in this particular environment, I am the captain. Therefore, don't be a Glansberg. What's up, Biggs? You all right, buddy? You want to go outside? Hold on. Come on. Let's go. Get Glansberg. Holy Glansberg. Somebody on Facebook, yeah, I got another can in case Chris comes back. So on Facebook you can react, like you can give reactions. You can give like a thumbs up, a heart, whatever, a laughing face. One person commented sad. Angela. Sad? And then 2 people wrote angry. Guess what their last name is? Glansberg. No, I'm just kidding. Mitchell. It's like, don't be a Glansberg. Somebody's like, your can sounds empty. Okay, this is a can, right? Jen says, why did Chris get blocked? Chris got blocked because he was saying, he's like, yo, you picked up that can 4 times and it sounds empty every time you're putting it down. And I was like, it's not empty, Chris. I was like, it's still got stuff in it. And then he was like spouting off in the chat. And then I was like, yo, take it easy, Chris. I was like, don't be a Glansberg or something. And then he was like, he's like, oh, you think you're funny because you're hiding behind your stupid jokes, you sea sucker, or something like that. And I was like, all right, Glansberg, and I blocked him from the chat. he was exhibiting like top form Glansberg, and I was like, yo, I was like, feel free to leave, my guy. It was really funny. He's like, that can sounds empty. I was like, chill out, Chris. I was like, okay. He's like, you're drinking meth. And I was just like, okay. People are like, who is Glansberg? Steven Glansberg is the kid who eats alone in Superbad. And one time, what's his guts wants to leave the other dude because he has to go like take a test or something, and he's like, no, don't leave. He's like, you don't want to leave me eating lunch alone like Steven effing Glansberg? He's like, dude, it's like 5 minutes. I gotta go. He's like, oh, fine. Oh, yeah, he kept saying I was acting different. He did say that too. He's like, you're acting different. You're not acting the same. And I was like, all right, Glansberg, like, what do you even mean? Okay, G-Berg. That level of Glansberg is not allowed. Pig Patriot says, did Ian Smith show you up in Fort Laud? What do you mean show you up? What do you mean? Deshay is right. Because there are many levels of Glansberg. Somebody says there are many levels of Glansberg. Bebop Deluxe, D Glansberg on her shirt. I love that. Hey, if you want it, I'll make it. You let me know. A spare parts shirt. Jen says she always calls her brother Steven Glansberg. Oh, I love it. Yo, the ghost of Robinette was in California today or something, and like he was just standing down. He was standing behind Mussolini, and I was like, "Look at this dweeble. We're run by a nation of Glansbergs." MSVT, send me an email, woke@bobbysauce.com, and I'll make it for you. If anybody wants me to make them a shirt, just tell me what you want on it and email me. Woke@bobbysauce.com, and I'll make it. The ghost of Robinette. Somebody said that's an insult to Glansbergs. True that. Commander in Queef, yeah. Robinette Marionette the Third, agreeable. I want a shirt of Steven Glansberg eating dessert alone, as do I. I agree, Will. I can't see who is the person that gave the super chat on YouTube, but if that person is still in YouTube, thank you so much for that, YouTube. The looks with the move your elbow shirt is amazing. Nice. Thank you, Ever Ascending Light, Jen, Lisa, and Chooks Official, and Addiction Talk for the new badges in the last couple minutes. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you again to Patricia, Mary, and Amanda for the Venmos. I think I am about to leave. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes. I've had a really good time. This was a really fun live. I really went nuts on this one. I did a lot of yelling. My throat hurts from yelling. I was out all day today. I saw Ocrazio in that dress, and I was like, that is hilarious. So I had to come on and go nuts. So I hope that everybody I hope everybody enjoyed this particular live. I did. I was like, everything is so bad that I was just like, I just want to go and joke around and laugh for a bit because this stuff is so heavy. It's like, oh my God. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, bro, so heavy and bad. So anyways, anywhom, thank you guys for being here. Danny Leo X, I hope she got – oh, that's who it is. That's who Danny Leo is. She sent me the email. Okay, cool. I'm giving her the $25 gift card to bobbysauce.com for identifying that. I'm going to try to do a like a trivia night one of these nights soon. That was a lot of fun. And we'll rock out. But thank you guys so much for the badges. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for everybody for the Venmos. I really appreciate that. Thank you on YouTube. Thank you on Facebook. Thank you for watching. Thanks for everybody that's going to watch this tomorrow. I appreciate it. This will be posted on my Facebook. It will be posted on my YouTube, and it will remain on my Instagram as it always does. Everybody on patreon.com/takenaps. Thank you so much for being on the Patreon. Tempe, I see you in here on YouTube. Thank you for being on Patreon. I appreciate that support so much. I will post it on the Patreon as well. Patreon.com/takenaps. I'll post it on Facebook. I'll post it on YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks so much for the Venmos. Thanks so much for the badges. Thanks for the laughs. I had a good time. Tonight was a lot of fun. I'll see you tomorrow. If you didn't share my video on Canada needs to see this. Please share it. It's killing it right now on Facebook. It is absolutely destroying it. Last time I checked on Facebook, it was well over 90,000 views. It's well into the 100 plus thousand on Instagram. That video is going nuclear. So if you have not had a chance to share it, please go and share it. I'm going to check right now how many it's got on Facebook, but that video is crushing it. It really got seen by a lot of people. It's my most viewed video ever, and I appreciate you sharing that to your story, especially on Facebook, because it grows really, really fast there. I can't load it for whatever reason on Facebook, but it's probably close to 100,000 on Facebook and probably over 100 and close to 100, 200,000 on Instagram. So anyways, thank you guys so much. Thanks for everything. I appreciate it. Much love. And I will see you tomorrow.